think the other thing that what one should note, I was on one of the things comments made earlier about investors wanting to get into real estate. I think that is true. In fact, I think that there's risk here that from an equity standpoint, the markets are in danger of being awash with capital, despite all the complaints about financing and other things, and that in a environment such as this, there's a real risk, therefore, of frankly, there being some more asset bubbles that are going to be going on over the next few years, whether that's bubbles in commodities, whether it's bubbles in, frankly, art, or, frankly, real estate, but that the amount of financial wealth that's kicking through the system is in fact huge. There are large volumes of money that need to go somewhere, and I think there's a danger of there being some localized or even trend asset bubbles that will happen over the near term. Because, I remember meeting recently with a pension fund manager, and he told me that what he was under instructions to find with regard to real estate were things that were high yielding in current income terms, not in capital terms, but low risk. And it's like, sign me up. I'm on board for that one. Where are you going to find this stuff?
Well, I think that's right. We helped the IPF with a study recently, which basically shows that the investable market is shrinking, and that's I think one of the points for pension funds that are out there. They're not going to pay the prices for the prime end of the market. And they've been scared off from the kind of the more secondary part of the market. So there is a smaller pot to play with, but then there are growth parts of the market, such as it was touched upon the alternative asset sector, where if you look at what funds have held in the past, Andrew mentioned 50% in retail. I mean, does that make sense given the current economic environment and given that the population is going to grow by another 20% in the next 10, 15 years, then there's going to be more demand for hospitals, for healthcare, for roads, for schools, and maybe it's those types of assets that grow in terms of importance. So they're going to be the bucket that pension funds are going to be investing into.